Hello everyone, welcome to next section of our video. So in the previous sections I have shown you how to develop your app in Android M phones, that is for the Marshmallow versions, and now I'll be discussing about Android N, and in the coming section the latest version, that is Android O Oreo version, how you can develop your app, some key highlights what Google has done in the release of Android N and Android O. So in this section I'll be telling about what is Android N. That is, Android N is nothing but it's a 7.0 version of Android, which is known as the Nougat version, and it was the 7th major version of the Android operating system, which was released basically its alpha test version was released on 9th of March 2016, but officially Google launched it on 22nd of August, somewhere in August in 2016. So in the next coming sections what I will be discussing what Android N has done and what are the key features you can get in the latest Android N versions. So as Android N was launched last year, that is in 2016, when most people were don't have the Android M yet, and Android N was launched by Google for Nexus 6 phones. So by that time it was almost Android M was new to the people and Android N was launched. So we'll see in the coming section about Android N along with the new features and capabilities, which Android 7 includes a variety of system and API behavior changes. And suppose if you have previously published an app, so you can just see what all changes you need to make for Android 7 apps. So this is are the topics which I will be covering in my coming section of the video. So I'll be telling what is Android N, Android N feature highlights. So basically what are the major, I'll be discussing about some important features which are available in Android N phones, because many of the features we will be discussing about for Android O phones as well. So for Android I have tried to put it something like a short and crisp version, since I will be covering all those in Android O for O section as well, but here I'll be telling you about the feature highlights. And one of those highlights is this implement app shortcut feature. So implement app shortcut feature, this is one of the features for Android N phones. So I'll be discussing about this, what all changes you can make in your code to implement this feature. Next we'll be discussing about implement new professional emojis store manager intent. So these are all the features for Android N. We'll see how you can implement those if you want to implement those functionalities for your apps. We'll be seeing about the background optimization and the screen zoom, how the screen zooming is done, optimization is done, and then at last we'll be executing an app in Android N platform. So we'll be executing the same Nquiz app for Android N phones, and I'll be telling you where all you need to make changes and how you can check your same app for Android N phones and if there is any more change you need to do. So thank you, and let's begin our next section where we'll see about the Android N features.